Oh, can you go to the YouTube channel?
Yep, I'm here.
On your phone?
Yep.
I left my other phone at the house.
Yep.
Okay, you're there. Good. Awesome. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Team Hard Life Captain Avets Zertuche here with Rachel Caballero.
Hello.
So, you attended the meeting yesterday. Let's see. All right, let me see who's on there before we start talking. That way, we don't cover a whole bunch of stuff and then, okay, now we got 20 people on.
Right.
So, yes, you see. Oh, yeah.
You turn it on.
Yeah, now.
How's everything going? How's biz?
It's picking up. It really is. We're making some moves over here. Actually got a call from a distributor out of Florida, and they didn't call because of us. They called because they were trying to sell us fishing tackle. But I turned around and flipped the script on them. We're like, hey, man, like we're selling a lot of stuff your way. Like when are you gonna get? And they had no idea.
Awesome.
So as I started talking with them, they're like, dude, we need to connect. And I was like, okay, send me an email. So they sent me the email yesterday, I think, but I was so busy I didn't even get to look at it. So we'll look at it for sure. John Holiday, Hustle, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? I am thumbs up number 2. Y'all are slacking. So let me clean the lens because it's real foggy. I can see it. See that white haze in the video?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which lens it is, so I just clean them all.
Right.
Yes, a lot better. All right.
Good. So business is good.
It is getting a lot better. All right, we got some more people on there. Oscar, Chris, Ray. How you doing, guys? So there's 10 watching right now, so we can kind of start talking about what's going on. Just reiteration, guys. Rachel Caballero has been on the front lines with the desal plant deal, helping also out with the Turtle Patrol deal. I mean, she's been our eyes and ears on the ground level while still trying to maintain her own job and everything like that. So I just want to give you a quick shout out for doing that, because the rest of us that aren't into the politics, I'm gonna be honest, I could care less. I literally did for years and years and years. I did not care. Okay, somebody else is watching over us. BS.
Yeah.
BS. Like now that I'm paying attention, I'm like, golly, like how did this get so bad? And it's because of guys like me that didn't pay attention.
Well, and I could care less about it too, up until about 4 years ago during all the closures, when they were closing all the little guys and keeping the big boxes open, when they shut down our beaches. That's whenever I'm like, all right, how are they going to tell us that going to the beach is bad for our health?
Yeah.
Like, come on. So that's whenever I stepped in.
I saw one where, like, if you weren't out there, like fishing, like if you're out there exercising, you couldn't be out there.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? Like you're exercising, you're away from, like you're not trying to be in one spot. You're trying to move, and I could kind of see where they would come with that, just being in the military and like how you get things to grow. But again, too, if people are so scared of everybody at that time, like nobody wanted to be near anybody. Like you saw somebody come down the aisle, like literally you waited till they exited the aisle, whether they coughed or they didn't. But if you really wanted to clear now, all I had to do was cough.
Right.
I didn't.
Well, and I mean, you're 6 feet away, you're out in the open air. It's like, come on. Like I think what's happening too is that all these politicians, they think we're all stupid.
Yeah.
And so they keep trying to sell us this narrative that makes 0 sense. Like, you're about water. I've been fishing my whole life here.
Yeah.
My whole life. I've been on fishing teams here. And for them to be like, oh, it's not going to destroy the bay. You're like, it is. Like, and then they keep comparing us to Tampa, Florida. The Tampa, Florida desal plant is on the edge by the Gulf of Mexico because they have a huge, I'm using my hands, but they have a huge mouth for the water to escape.
Yeah.
We don't have that because it's like the bay, and then we have it's like a teed off. And it's got to find a way to creep out into this very small niche of like little hole. And so, you know, I said that in my public comment yesterday. I'm like, look at a freaking map. You gotta quit comparing us to Tampa because it is not the same. And I get animated because I'm so frustrated. You know, you have the city manager going on a radio show this morning saying, hey, Corpus Christi, you know, the state is supportive of the desal plant. And by the state, he means the state of Texas government. By the country, he means the federal government. By the world, he means all these industries throughout the world. And I go to Corpus Christi meetings. I go to City of Corpus meetings. I go to Nueces County Commissioner Court meetings. When he says the world, I'm talking about so many foreign countries are coming here to take our water, not for the United States, but for other countries. Ingleside is fighting with Norway, the UK, and Canada. They want to do an ammonia plant there, and the ammonia is not going to stay in the United States. It's for other countries. So none of this stuff, this desal, they're using basically, and this is coming out of the city manager's mouth, right? They're basically saying that the world is watching what is happening in Corpus Christi with the desalination plant because our moronic elected officials are allowing for us to be the guinea pig on this experimental desal plant that has never been done anywhere in the world, ever. One, right? It's experimental. The second thing is Drew Mully, the CEO of CCW, got on a radio station after me on Monday. And I think they scheduled him on purpose right after me to dispel all the desal talk. But I'm smarter than that and didn't talk desal all that much. But he went on there and said, even the process that they're going to use in this experimental desal plant is new. Some of the processes are new, and some of the equipment that they're going to be using is new. So we're the guinea pigs, guys, and I really hope and pray that people will that's going to make people mad, especially our fishing community. Like they're going to wipe us out. They're and the thing is that, you know, you hear all these like crazy stories where, you know, they screw it up and they're like, oh, sorry, but then it takes the environment 100 years to recover.
So here, let me point out some things, and I'm going to simplify this because this has been the most important part of all the translation. You've got the narrative of getting the word out there of what's going to happen. The fine print of what she is saying is me and you are going to pay for this.
Yep.
We're going to pay for this.
Yep.
How is it going to help us directly? It's not. It's not. The water's not for us. It's not for me and you. It's not for Rachel. It's not for anybody in the city. So if we're in, you know, whatever kind of water restrictions, we remain in that. Even though they built this, we still remain in those water restrictions because the water that they're pulling is not to offset our current water restrictions. It is for new businesses to come in for them to use. They're selling off our resources to bring in other businesses that are not going to help out the community. They're talking jobs, they're talking this and that. But again, what ends up happening when they destroy the bay? They literally cook the bay because there's so much salt water in the bay that it destroys the fishing, the swimming, the kayaking, the boating,
estuaries,
birds, everything.
everything.
There's and this is where it doesn't fathom how Texas Parks and Wildlife has not gotten in the fight. Like straight up, these are protected species. You cannot do what you are doing because you're going to kill them. But me go step on a crab that's undersized or whatever. Hey, come here.
It's a government, remember? And look what they're doing to Dr. Donna Schaefer. The pins. The pins, another government entity. And what they're doing is, this is what's happening, and we have to pay they're closing in on us. They're closing in on us. Pins is, the parks, Texas Parks and Wildlife, and now we have the city of Corpus, the Port of Corpus Christi. Nueces County is kind of just like, they're supporting them, but they're out of it because they don't have a say in anything. And we're
Okay,
in trouble.
I'm gonna stop there. They have a say. They're just choosing
Correct.
not to say anything about it because they are like, straight up, I'm a business owner. If I was sitting on that board, I'd be like, hey, you know what you're doing to our city by closing down those beaches at that time? You are sucking the lifeblood out of here, which is all the tourism dollars that come in. And I found it. I found the email.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I actually Googled like the loss or estimated losses, for each day the park is closed. And it was, they did like a time period. It was like a month and a half or 2 months. And it was like $33 billion or something like that. Like it's a crazy number. And I could be exaggerating on the number. Please, guys, don't quote me. It's in the video.
It's hard. And it's a lot of data.
That's the thing. It's like we're hearing so many numbers, but I can tell you this, guys. That was back in 2009 when they did that survey. 2009. We are now 2024. So even if it was, okay, some low number, $10 million for a month period. $10 million in 2009. It's probably 25, 30 million now. That's lost revenue for shops like mine, all the other mom and pop stores that are all in the community, all the retail spots that are on the island that sell, tourist attractions and stuff, like all of those would be shut down for that time period. And it's during our highest season of having vacationers come in, tourism. It's our highest tourism traffic hour, and they're taking it away from us because 80 to 90% of them come down for Padre Island National Seashore. You close that off, all of them tourist dollars are now gone because a lot of people are to complain of how crowded the beaches are already. So that's why they've been expanding to go down south. Well, now they're going to start really going to South Padre and Galveston. And now those guys, they're paying attention because they're like, dude, our beach is already crowded. You close off that huge section of beach, we're going to be even more crowded. There's going to be a lot more beach closures. They're taking inch by inch. And by us not saying anything and standing up, especially our city council, we need to vote them out. If they're not standing up for our rights to hold our city together and make actual improvements to our city, we need them out of there.
Yeah.
Because
one of the ladies.
I could go on.
I know. It's bad. And it makes your blood pressure go up, bro. And jacked up Leatherworks, he's saying that Florida is in the same fight. They are. They are. Because I think that whenever Destin and all those different places, you gotta walk about a mile to find a public access door.
Wow.
Like it is no joke over there too. They've already California and Florida, and that's what they're trying to do here in Texas. The great thing about Texas is that we have the Texas Open Beaches Act. However, none of the politicos are talking about it because they want us to forget that it exists. Exactly. There's a senator out of Galveston. His name is Mays Middleton, and that guy, I have gotten into it with him because he's pushing the narrative through Galveston so we don't catch it here in Corpus Christi. So he's in cahoots with some local politicians, but they're pushing the legislation through his office, so we don't see it. So I'm watching that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's already tried to push it through 2 legislations where it is the community's responsibility to prove that the beach belongs to us.
Wow.
And it does through the Texas Open Beaches Act. So you guys, we need to get stickers that say #Texas Open Beaches Act and plaster them over all of our cars. And it's like we did with the Ban Canales.
Yeah.
Stickers, bumper stickers, right? And we need to remind Texans that we're protected. Someone saw this coming down a while back, and they're like, no, let's protect our beaches and our access. So we have the Texas Open Beaches Act to protect us. We just have to use it.
Yes.
We just have to use it. I mean, and the hard part of this is the budget and stuff, which I'm not gonna get too much into the weeds, but it failed, and then it two council people put in to remove the funding for desal, the initial funding, and it failed. Obviously, 2 out of 9.
Yeah.
So then the budget passed, 5-4, barely.
Yeah, man.
Barely passed. And so they're gonna follow through with it. They're telling the community here in Corpus Christi that it's a done deal. It is not a done deal. It is a draft permit for one. It still has to go through the Army Corps of Engineers, and the community of Hillcrest is suing the city of Corpus Christi. It's a civil lawsuit. It's a Title VI lawsuit, and they have to wait for the results of that. So when they're going around town, Peter Zanoni and the other corrupt pro-desal activists saying like, hey, well, it's a done deal, you know, we already got the funding. And he's basically scaring the crap out of people and saying like, hey, you know, well, the state of Texas is on our side.
Yeah.
And we outnumber them. And I say this constantly, we outnumber them. We just have to come together. We've got to get informed. We have to show up this year. We have to show up at the ballot box.
Oh, you should. Well, okay. We were talking about yesterday, man. I was live, and I was like, oh crap! And I about lost it. Like I was so mad, and then I looked at the time, and I was like, geez, they're still doing it. And then even at the end of the day, it was like almost 7 o'clock or a little after 7:30 when I was live on the channel. I saw that they were still live doing the meeting. So here's the thing, guys. The biggest thing y'all have to remember is this. They want us to pay for it so they can put money in their pockets. That's the bottom line. Me and you, and this is what I was kind of talking about yesterday, and this is maybe you might be able to clear some air on this. I don't know, but I'm going to put it out there. A few months ago, they came on the news saying that the American Bank Center, their VIP offices up there, the suites needed upgrades because they haven't had upgrades in 10 years. Yet they're showing videos in there, and it's immaculate.
Yeah,
it's immaculate. Like I was like, wow, that's what a VIP. I've never been in one, so I was watching, and man, they look immaculate. Oh, but the seats are run down, and they are fine stitched. They look awesome. But you know, here's the catch: they want me and you to pay for it.
Yeah.
They want to add more taxes. They want to get another
money section.
Yeah, they want us to pay for it. I don't know.
Well, and you missed it yesterday because the Peter Zanoni was trying to put on, or it did put on the agenda, and they ended up pulling it. A $300,000 state-of-the-art recording studio.
So that is for the American Bank?
No,
okay,
that's for the city of Corpus. It's for the city of Corpus.
To go where?
Nowhere. Just to have a recording studio, a state-of-the-art recording studio within the city of Corpus Christi. Like it's theater. Like it's like recording movie type equipment. $300,000. 3 of us were there, and we're like, "Are y'all out of y'all's mind? You just cut all of customers, the customer services. You just increased all of our fees, the small business fees." There was a lady in there who said, "Hey, y'all can't keep increasing these fees. I've been running Coastal Bend Restaurant Week, and the restaurants have pulled out because they can't do it. They're trying to pay a livable wage to their staff. Now the city is increasing all their permitting fees and food handler fees and vendor fees, and we can't afford it." And then I come in and I'm like, I thought all this industry was an economic driver. So if it's an economic driver, why are our restaurants struggling? Why does downtown why is it sitting empty? It's because it's a false narrative that they've been able to convince the city of Corpus Christi, the community, that industry is our friend. They are not our friend. They sue us when we increase their water rates. They refuse to pay their property taxes. They fight it every year. And then I found out by the tax appraiser, Ronnie Canales, he went, I'm president of the Taxpayers Association, so he went to one of our meetings and spoke, and he said, yeah, what Valero, Citgo, and all those guys do, they go and talk to the lawyers here in town that would fight property taxes, right? They sit down with them, and the minute you sit down with a lawyer, you have to sign something, right? Because now you've already made a relationship with them. They had to go find a lawyer out of Alaska because these guys retain all the local lawyers.
Wow.
Because they have that much money. Because they have the money to pay, little podunk attorneys, not even podunk, just any attorneys, here's your $5,000 retainer, here's your $1,000 retainer.
No, that's pennies in the bucket.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Pennies, because all that retainer, as far as I know, doesn't have like a limit.
No.
Like it's only good for 3 months. As far as I know, like once you pay a lawyer and attorney a retainer, you retain them for, I don't know. I mean, does anybody know?
No.
Okay,
Until the cases, somebody just said also, I look at it this way, the few, the arrogant, the rich want the beach for themselves. That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
You have a guy who's running again. This guy has been on city council. He sued the city of Corpus. He's a hot mess. His name is Mark Scott. He was part of the 2006 crew that wanted to privatize and remove vehicular access from our beaches.
Was that part of that hotel deal that where they were already putting sticks up, like they were blocking it?
No, that hotel, that's a different situation. This guy just wants to privatize it all, and it epically failed whenever they tried to do it. Well, he's back. Get this, his wife is the one that has sold the biggest chunk of water to that Gulf Coast Growth Ventures, which is Exxon Civic.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're all in bed together.
Yeah.
All of them. We have no middle class representation on city council except for maybe the two people that voted against the desal, which is Jim Klein and Sylvia Campos, and they catch a lot of hell because they want to protect the environment, but they're also socialists. And for me at this point, I'm like, we need people advocating for our community, red, white, blue, and we, at a national level, we know how you and I are going to vote.
Yes.
But here locally, we need help. We need people to defend our bay, and we don't have that right now. I think, actually, let me take that back, because it's Jim Klein, Sylvia Campos, Gil Hernandez, who is the District 5, which is all the south side.
Mm-hmm.
He does not want it in the bay. So he's an ally. He wants it to go out into the Gulf, and so do I, at least 20, 30 miles. Like, just take that way out
What
there.
gets me more, they're getting all this battle here because they want to put it on land, obviously, because at the end of the day, it's their overhead they're looking at. But here's the thing, when it fails, which it will, because everything in saltwater fails. I mean, the cost of maintaining it is retardedly expensive.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen when it does? Like, I saw the deal with Bob Hall Pier.
Mm-hmm.
Every day that it is late and not up and running, it's what, a $10,000 fine or something like that?
Mm-hmm. I can't remember.
It's up there. That every day that it's not there, they get fined. I believe it's like $10,000. Pay attention to that. That's very important, because if this desal plant goes in and we are paying for it,
Mm-hmm.
because that's the way the city council is setting it up. These companies are coming in
Mm-hmm.
and they say that, yeah, they wanted to pay for it. But then again, too, they really don't. They can say they want to, but they really don't, because when it fails, it will be on them if they pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it fails and it destroys the environment, like BP oil spill,
Mm-hmm.
they have to pay for it. But if we're paying for it, who are we going to sue? Ourselves? They are going to bankrupt the city.
Yep.
Done. Like, we will be done here, guys. We will be another rundown refinery row, and that's it.
Yep. Like Pasadena, Texas. This just happened 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
There was a gas pipeline that exploded. And there's people like shooting the video, right, of the fumes coming out. They're passing a Whataburger. They're passing a Walmart. It was smack dab in the middle of the community. That's what they want to do in Ingleside. That's what they want to do in Robstown and Calallen. And that's what they want to do with the desal. Like, and you're talking about the location. So just a real quick. So there's a thing called far field modeling. The Port of Corpus Christi paid for that. It was about $150,000. So it's supposed to do a modeling that says, okay, this is what could actually happen. And there's 5 proposed desal plants. It's one of them's La Quinta, Inner Harbor, and Harbor Island. Harbor Island is the one by Port A, I believe. La Quinta's the one by, I get so confused with this stuff, sorry guys. But anyway, the Inner Harbor is inside the bay, next to the Hillcrest community. The La Quinta one is a little bit closer to the edge of that little path where it escapes. And they're saying that the one that's in the Inner Harbor, it's further inland, is not gonna have negative environmental effects, but the far field modeling that the Port of Corpus Christi did says that the La Quinta one is definitely gonna negatively impact the environment. So how does that make sense? And you can't get it through these guys. So if you hear a candidate saying something like, oh, well, you know, we're waiting to see what the science says. The science is already there. The science said it's gonna destroy the bay.
And here's the thing too, without even knowing the science portion of it, as a fisherman, that all of us have been fishing here pretty much our whole lives, have kept track of the amount of times the Bay of Corpus Christi is a dead zone. A dead zone. What that means is there's no oxygen in that water because there's not enough movement, water movement in that area. So, and they called it a death triangle. And this is where like the Heart Institute, and that's where I learned about it, was through the Research Heart Institute when I was in the shark tagging program. What the two have to do together? Well, I was out there tagging sharks on the beach, and when I went to turn in all my tags, they were talking about the dead zone. And I was like, what dead zone? They're like, in the Bay of Corpus Christi. And I'm like, what do you mean? And that's when I learned about it. The information has been there for decades, because this is over 20 years ago when I was doing the shark tagging program for the Heart Research Institute, and we tagged out a crap ton of sharks. And that's when I learned about that, and that's when I really started paying attention, and I was like, man, and they showed me where it was at, and it's right off the area between the Oso, going towards Portland and back this way.
Okay.
Because no water, they keep talking about the water from Port A. Okay, yes, it has an underwater river that goes through there, but if you have ever dealt and made Kool-Aid, you drop one drop of Kool-Aid here, it spreads to all the other areas that don't have any circulation until you force it to move. There is no water movement in the Bay of Corpus Christi.
Nope.
It fills up and then it goes down. It fills up and it goes down.
They want to put the intake where it's sucking in the water and the outtake where it's getting rid of the nasty, dirty water, brine, sludge, 900 feet from within each other.
So I saw something where they said that they had already DQ'd that and they were going to try and send it offshore, or is that still the narrative?
We haven't seen anything. They're not showing us anything.
Wow. Okay. So again, guys, like I said, but because you're actually attending the meetings and actually looking at the paperwork and reading the fine print, that was something that, you know, when I was talking with Jan, like everybody's asking for words to prove words. She can give you a big old box. Are you going to go through it? I'm going to be honest, I'm not. So I am totally reliant on the guys that are on the ground level, in the front line, and taking the time to read that, because, you know, I saw one of the subs, you know, giving you a lot of kudos for taking time out of your day to come meet with us. That is amazing, because again, too, guys, it shows priorities. Our city is priority number one. Like, we have to save our city. We have to be smart at what and who we are voting for. Because the narrative automatically, as soon as I say desal here in the shop about somebody that does, oh, well, good, we need water. And then the second I tell them it's not for us, what do you mean? They have no idea.
Yep.
Everybody automatically assumes it's good for us. And assumption is the mother of all.
And that's why they keep just putting that on TV, like they're blasting it. We need water. We're running out of water. The community is not running out of water. We are the minority user at 16%. And here's the thing. I have to use factual information because they're coming after me.
Yeah.
They are coming after me. So I have to be correct in the information that I'm putting out there.
Yeah.
And the other thing too that people are like, oh, well, she's just she's anti-growth.
Hold on, real quick. I'm going to point that out big time because you were at that meeting and you actually pulled out their paperwork and highlighted lost water. And over like the X amount of years, it was how many billions of gallons?
Yep.
Billions of gallons of water lost.
Because of lack of maintenance.
Lost. Okay, and I'm gonna keep pointing that out because they want to pay for it. Like they keep saying, water for us will actually fix our problems with it. If you're gonna come in and fix the whole infrastructure and this and that, and we gotta pay for it, okay, I'm okay. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's gonna subside. Everything's gonna be fixed, and we'll be golden. Those billions of gallons of water per year, or not per year. Let me correct that because I remember they kind of called you out on. Oh, hold on, and you're like, it's your paperwork, right?
It's
there.
it was their documents.
Yeah.
We just kept it. We've been keeping them throughout the years, and so it was accumulative over 3 years. And
Yes.
the city manager was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to verify that data." I'm like, "Bro, it's your data. It's your data. City of Corpus Water. Like, are you kidding me right now?" And this is the game that they play, and unfortunately, it's a facade or something.
I'm sorry for him to say I have to verify that. He's an idiot. He's an idiot because you know what? I'm running a small business, and I am trying to account for every single penny that comes into my shop that gets lost. That my guys step on that thing. If you come in and ask my workers, ask them, hey, what does Albert do if he sees a swivel on the floor or a sleeve on the floor? Like I walked up and I saw a sleeve and a swivel on my chair, and I'm like, who's throwing away money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you are put in top of a big organization like that, you may say, well, I'm not responsible for all of that. Well, then you know what? You need to be involved in the guys that are responsible for that. Okay, yes. Technically, it's not my job to be sitting here looking at every swivel and every sleeve that gets set up for that. I said, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna get after my guys that are in that. Like, why are y'all doing this? So for them to be in that position, they need to be that millions of
Billions with a B.
within 3 years, the billions of gallons of water that is lost. They should be held accountable as to why we're having such losses, because those billions of gallons of water would actually probably offset our
the community.
Yeah, that would actually help the community.
And here's the thing: somebody in public comment yesterday, the clown people. So a bunch of people showed up in clown makeup and clown outfits yesterday.
Props.
They're like, well, this is a circus, so we decided to join as clowns. It's hilarious. You guys have got to watch public comment at least. It is hilarious. But one of the girls was saying, she's like, we live in I think our population is something like 370,000 here in Oasis County. And the city manager of LA doesn't make as much as our city manager in Corpus Christi.
Wow.
Los Angeles, our city manager makes more money. Like, how ridiculous are our elected officials? And not all of them voted for his raise. It was 5, and it's the same 5 that are causing problems for us. But, you know, we're paying this guy basically to destroy our town. And the minute we can get the word out, and look, guys, I honestly believe that we've been indoctrinated to not speak about politics and religion, because they don't want an intelligent community that can, okay, well, let me look into this, let me figure it out. I know that the political environment is changing, because remember, I've been fighting this for 4 years.
Yeah.
This is my 3rd go, and I've not taken any special interest money. I did get endorsed by the Texas Campaign for the Environment, and they'll put money into it. But then you have another organization who's already started putting commercials on TV. I've already seen their Facebook ads coming through, and this is what they do. This is the name of it, right? This is the name of the thing. My Town, Our Future. Guess who's funding that industry? The bankers, all the rich folk in town who are like, they have their second, third homes in other locations. Like we're, that's how they do it. Their website is all sweet and, we can all get along, guys, and we can meet in the middle. There can be a successful Corpus Christi. They don't want to work with us. If they did, they would have already been working with us, and they're not. So we have to talk to our other fisher people. We have to talk to people that enjoy going to the beach. We have to talk to people, our neighbors, our family members, and say, look, guys, we have got to get involved in this fight in Corpus Christi if you live here. Because this is our way of life. I don't know how else to say it is at stake. This is a fork in the road. We're either going to become an industrial dump ground, or we're going to be able to keep our community at least for another few decades. And I grew up here. This is a great little town to grow up in. And I hate to see what corrupt politicians are doing to our little town. It's infuriating.
So, one thing I want to point out real quick about that is you nailed it earlier, and we've hit on it and hit on it and hit on it. And it's probably unintentionally, but it's the part of us being informed. That is huge. I need y'all to let that sink in. And I've got a lot of guys. I mean, you can see all the comments on here, guys. Y'all are exactly right. Joseph Abrigo put on there, the city is trying to charge me for using 300,000 gallons of last month's bill at $107,000. I said, hell no, shut off my water. They called back and we'll settle for $1,000. If you don't fight back, guys, they are gonna ruin us.
Railroad. They're railroading us now.
Yes. So a big thing about this is, if you don't stand up for this, guys, you're part of the problem. Hands down. Don't complain later. Well, somebody's watching. Nobody is watching out for you. We have to stand united to stop this. Because right now, a handful of guys are wrecking our city. And we need to remember that come November and vote them the hell out of there. Because one, it angers me every time I see their deal is the mayor. She lied to get in office and has worked against us ever since. Y'all voted her in. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't vote. I did not vote. But guess I'm voting this come November. I will be voting, and I'm not voting for her. Right. Because she lied. She straight up lied to get in office. I will not be doing desal. I will vote against it. And who's the number one pusher for it?
It's her.
It's her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. We can hit ourselves all day long and say, oh, well, it'll work out. Somebody will get elected. No one is coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. No one is coming to save us. We've got to do it. We're going to have to do the work. And I feel like my community is worth it. I meet people like Albert, just trying to get the word out. We've now known each other a couple of years, I think.
Yes.
And so, about a couple of years.
Yes.
And so, Nick Meyer, Todd Wilson, I'm meeting some awesome people. And we're worth fighting for, y'all. We're good people. The media tells us that we're lazy and we're fat and we're dumb and we're, we don't know what we're uneducated. And that's not true. Some of the smartest engineers are going to public comment and telling the city, y'all's stuff is wrong.
Exactly.
It's wrong. We have a massively intelligent, caring, and loving community, and we have to fight for it. We have to fight for it.
I'm hands down, this is like, I never got in, like I said, I never got in politics because it just wasn't my boat. But at the end of the day, if you are trying to protect your family, your paycheck, your city, because at the end of the day, no matter where I was when I was in the military, I was, Corpus Christi is where I'm from.
Right.
Always, no matter, I don't care where I'm in, and you're from Texas, we fight for our own. We take care of our own. But right now, we need more help, guys. We really do. So we really need everybody to step up, take out that laptop, sign those online petitions for the Turtle program to fight for that to stay here. We need to be able to fight for our city beaches to stay open. They're trying to do a little bit over there in Galveston, and they're succeeding. They were losing a lot of major battles over there.
They lost they don't even have access. Like, you gotta park a quarter of a mile away to get to the beach. So Galveston, they've lost that battle. They're over commercialized. Like, instead of having like a view where everybody can enjoy, it's like strip malls on the main strip of Galveston. You gotta truck all your stuff onto the beach. They've lost that battle in Galveston, but we still have a chance here.
Yes.
We still have a chance here.
Keyword, we still have a chance.
No matter what they're saying. Exactly.
And again, too, remember, it's not for us, it's for them. Everything they're telling you is for them to be able to do this. My wallet got fat.
Yup.
I mean, I got butterflies flying out of mine. Like, really? They're building it off of us. And like I said, and that's kind of why I brought up the American Bank Center, because that place is making money.
Oh, yeah.
Who's making the money?
Mm-hmm.
Where's that extra profit margin going to? Because if they're coming and asking the city to pay for all these upgrades, where's the money going to?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that's a business. That is a business.
It should run itself.
Yes. At $10 a beer,
Yeah.
$20 entry.
$130 a ticket.
Like, oh yeah, I saw some in the like $500 mark too. Like, really? And you're still coming to ask us to help fix your deal? Like, that's me, and I kind of put it my business. Hey, you know what? I want a bigger shop. You know what? Let me go to the city and have y'all pay for it.
Yeah.
Now, granted, like I said, my subscribers will be like, hey, where do we sign up? Because y'all know how I am. I'm here with y'all. I'm on the ground level. I'm not hidden away somewhere in a VIP section and then coming and tell, like that guy coming down, hey man, I need you to pay for now that you paid for your seat, you're drinking this and that, I'm gonna tax you on top of it, so that way I can fix my seating up there in the VIP section. Bro, I'm so big. I was in those little chairs and I'm like, at my kid's graduation,
Yeah.
I'm like, ow. I get up, I barely can get up out of the chair and stuff like that. But they want to fix a VIP section. Those guys are like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I get in the fight, guys. Stay in tune with what's going on and read the fine print, because they are not giving it to you.
Nope.
They're saying it's for no, it's not.
They're pulling the wool over a lot of people's eyes, and it's infuriating. You know, you want to scream at the top of your lungs. You know, I catch a lot of grief because of how I speak at public comment. You know, everybody's like, oh, well, you need to work on your approach. Let me tell you something. I've been in this fight for 4 years. The first year, I was cool. Hey, guys, you know, thanks for, you know, serving, la, la, la. And then you figure out, like, they're not listening. They're not getting me any information. They're charging me an arm and a leg for public information requests. They're not responding to public information requests. And I'm like, I tried being nice.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at now, because I have to speak to them in this way because they're not listening.
Exactly. Right there, that is the main thing, guys. The gloves are off now. They created this.
Yep.
They created it. We were willing to come to the table, communicate, hey man, this is not gonna work, and we voted them into those positions. We elected them. So now it's our job to remove them and get somebody who's actually gonna fight for us up there, because at that point when you know somebody's in there, you still keep tabs on them. You don't just give them a spot and let them run free, because you give them an inch, they will take a mile. So we already know they're not good for the city. We need to remove those guys who are not good for the city and get in new guys to help us, because they are supposed to be the ones that are supposed to look out for us. They're not doing it.
Nope. And then at some point, I'm looking into all the different candidates. Like, I have my first forum tonight, like official forum. So they're going to do mayoral candidates and at-large candidates. So I'm going to be paying attention to all these candidates, what they say. And before early voting starts, I'm going to distribute a list, not publicly, but I'll get it to you, and then you can get it to these guys. Because there's a lot of retaliation. You guys have no idea. Like, there's a lot of I carry a weapon now. There's a lot of money on the line, a lot of money, and a very powerful people. And so I will get the list out the way that I can and say, look, these guys, I know for sure.
Yeah.
I know for sure that they're not going to help us.
Yeah.
So thanks again. Thank you. And then you're almost at 150,000 subscribers.
We're so close.
I know, that's exciting.
I'm checking on it.
Okay. Go up.
We got
260. Okay.
we got Well,
740, you need
yeah.
740,
Yeah,
740.
we're
Anyway, I'm
forward.
gonna post it on my Facebook page and maybe get you some more subscribers, but thank you you
Before-
guys too.
Before you leave,
Yes.
Rachel Caballero is running for city at large, right?
Yep, at large, for the city of Corpus, yep.
So remember that, guys.
Anybody in Corpus can vote for me if you have a Corpus address, but you gotta register to vote by October 7th. If you've never voted before, that's the deadline, October 7th. You can do it online, it takes 5 minutes.
And look, guys, I know this is for our own life here in the city, but if you do a screenshot that you have registered to vote and send it to me, I will put your names into a special pot just to get y'all to vote, guys.
Nice.
I guarantee I will make a sweet prize pack here for y'all. So get your registration going and get it set up so y'all can vote, guys, because we need everybody's help to clean the riffraff out of city council.
Yep.
Because they are not taking care of us. They are selling us out, and you know it because you're looking at your bills every month, and why do they keep going up? It's because you're not doing anything about it.
Yep. That's it.
Ran over.
Yep.
Like, mic drop.
Exciting. All right, well, I'm gonna post this so people can get grab your package, or what is it called again? Just a gift, prize package, prize?
Yeah,
Raffle?
registration price pack. There
All
you
right,
go.
awesome. Thanks again, guys. Please, again, Rachel Caballero, and we'll get a list going and see who's gonna be good and defend the community and not,
Yes.
heavy industry.
Yes,
So,
as soon-
thank you
As
guys.
soon as I get that list, I'll let y'all know, and we'll definitely go for that, so.
Awesome. Thank you.
Rachel,
Thank
you
you.
have a
All
good
right,
one?
off to work. Gotta go.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going anywhere, guys. All right. Yeah, we'll see you later.
Thanks.
All right, so I was breaking weights yesterday, and I'm gonna go and break some more weights today. Just a second, let me move my stuff around over here. But yeah, I'm gonna stay online just so I can answer any more questions that can come up. And woo! That's a lot of weight right there. All right, hold on. Trying to make sure that they don't fall on my foot. Damn. Just the weight of it was cutting into my hand. Woo, that would have sucked. All right, let me get into this real quick. Whistleblower for Harris getting help in debate? No, she didn't get no help. Come on. We all know. I'm amazed she didn't cackle one time while she was up there. That was crazy. So, all right, give me a second. I'm getting online right now so I can see y'all's comments because I can't see anything right now. Also, too, to make sure I'm good to go on where I'm at on the channel. But that is, I want to go back and find that video, the city council meeting from yesterday of the clowns. That's awesome. That is epic right there. I was like, man, I want to do that. Like, shoot, yeah. We all need to. I think everybody needs to like really call them out on that. Like, go out there and dress as clowns and call them out on their BS. That is for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. All right, and I'm waiting for this. Skip, come on. I want to get to the comments. Wait for the comments to come up. Oh man, I'm telling you guys, my blood was boiling. That was boiling. So, but if I can take it down so y'all can see what I'm saying about the deal. Let's see if y'all see. Yeah. Does it look good? Oh, but you can't see me barely. So, all right. Well, that's what I'm working on, guys. Cannonballs. I got 1 pounders, 8 ounces, 10 ounces, 8 ounce egg weights, 4 pound cannonballs, 5 pound cannonballs. That's a 5 pounder. Yeah. Crazy. There you go. 8, 10, 12, and 16 ounce cannonballs right there. Yeah, that's a lot of weight, guys. So, Daniel, Oscar, Marcos, John, Furman, what's up? What's the best way to get in contact with them and need some parts? You can email them is the best way, and it's I got to double check because even when I have to order parts from them, it's not the shipping email. You actually have to get with the parts department, and if you'll call the shop after I'm live, that way I can get on my phone and figure out where that's at. But I want to get all this weight out of my way because I got a lot of work I got to get done today, and I'm rushing over here. So, but I will get that to you so that way you can contact them directly. And you have to send an email, and the best thing to do is if you know exactly which part that you're trying to order, that will also help you out as well too. So, but yeah, I'm excited because today we're supposed to be getting the Avet reel for the 100K giveaway, which is going to be awesome, guys. This is something I've been working for a very long time. And again, too, we had a sponsorship with Avet a long time ago, but we lost it because whatever happened on their end that they could no longer do it. And we still stuck with them because they were a great company, are a great company. Let me correct that. Are a great company. If you have any problems with their gear, if you get with them, they will work with you on that and stuff like that. And again, they are human. They do sometimes forget and drop the ball, but they are human, guys. They're not robots. They're not going. And I'm putting that out there because y'all have seen too where I have been frustrated with them and stuff like that. But they're human. And at the end of the day, they will fix the issue. They will get to it. And you just, you know what I mean? You got to remember, you're not the only customer. They probably got, 10,000 customers. But at the end of the day, when they come back and they take care of you, it just like every other company, you want, and I wish it could be like this. I really do. That you want immediate service right then and there. And 9 times out of 10, they will do it. But if it happens to fall through that, again, guys, they do care about the customers, and I've had many long talks with them, and yes, that's why I stayed with them, because I can actually call them, I can actually talk with them about what's going on and stuff like that. So for me, it has been a long road to get where we're at. Man, that lead is really hard. It's either that or, let me grab a new one and see. I've got, these are cheap cutters, but they work really well. I've got extra sets, close to. Secret stash, don't tell the guys and the disappearing. I need a new cutter. Let's see if the cutters are the problem here. Oh man. Yep. Let's see. Put my Kenner, watch this test. Yes, sir. Yes, and with what's going on with the with Avet and the next giveaways they're going to be doing, guys, it is going to really go. I'm going to confirm when the next one will be in. More likely it'll go for next month because we're already halfway through the month. So I want to just kind of get the word out there what we're going to start doing. We're going to do monthly giveaways where they're going to put a reel out that is going to be voted on. And again, you just have to be a subscriber to the channel, and you got to be using Avets, obviously, because they're going to be using these pictures. And you never know; they could come out in their yearly magazine or their catalog, like I did. Like I made the cover to the Avet Reel catalog years ago, and I still have it. And if y'all haven't seen it, I can show that to y'all. But yes, I made the cover to the Avet Reel catalog back in 2013, 2012, something like that. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome, you know. And then what they did was they gave a little bit of information on the inside of like who was on the cover, what catch it was, and stuff like that. So that is really awesome, guys. It really is. Yes, sir. Same here. I have mistreated my Avets horribly. Not horribly, like I'm beating them against the ground. What I'm saying is like for cleaning them and maintenance and all of that, I haven't done any of that because I was so used to the older reels where I didn't clean mine for a long time. But again, too, they, as we took apart my 130 a few weeks ago, maybe it's time I can start doing that because I've already proven, everything that I was talking about, on the reels of not having to clean them and stuff like that. But at the same time, too, guys, to protect your investment, it is very easy to do that with these type of reels. So I do encourage it. But again, too, it ain't like mandatory unless it falls into the sand or into the water. And there's a 1, 2, and 3 ounce and 4 ounce cannonballs right there. So, and for the order, all we needed was the 4 ounce, but I went ahead and had him go and start pouring all the other sizes too, so we can get that kind of sorted as well. Yep, that's the one we need for the order. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, boss? And I miss y'all on the channel, bro. I really do. And again, too, I'm going to be sending them videos pretty much every day or every other day once I can get that sorted, so that way I can knock them out on that. So, and it's to keep them informed that that I'm not going to go away. I'm so far invested into this, into their company. They should be trying to get to the bottom of that as quickly as possible. And I don't know, we'll see. But I'm going to keep y'all posted on whether it gets dealt with or it doesn't. And I don't know, we'll see. I'm kind of, I can't vouch for them on, handling anything like this, because this is the first time I'm actually like following through and like, not just going away, you know what I mean? So. That was something that actually they were supposed to do years ago, was to actually have spinning reels done. But again, the COVID hit, and when it did, man, it put a hurting on them and their abilities to do a lot of things. So it's been really, really crazy, guys. But you got to remember too, the amount of space they need to be able to bring on more reels like that. It's crazy, the amount, you know what I mean? And actually, real quick, I just saw a text pop up from Jan about a QR code. Let me get with her real quick, because I don't know how to make them, but I know Shark.Eric does, and I know for something like that, he'll help us out with it. Give me a second, real quick. text all that information. Hey. Oh, okay. So I just got your text about the QR code. I don't know how to make them, but I have a buddy that does know how to make them, and he can get it done up for us. I just need the information or the link that you want the QR code to link to. That online petition. But see, that was the thing. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't gone back to check it this morning and to see if it's only 4 or 5 or does it keep going after 5. So I'm gonna have to check that, and once I do, I'll let you know. And if it keeps going, then I need to figure out how to get it to stop, like you said, so we can get that information out there or print it out and go from there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I already have a QR code for that, yes. It would have to be specifically to that link. Mm. Yeah, it'll go to that link for that. And with the online petition, it'll go directly to that petition, which will make things easier. But I need to, like you said, I need to figure out how we can ensure to get that information off the website so we can submit it, you know, when the time comes. Because remember how you were saying yesterday that y'all couldn't get? Yes. Yeah. Yeah. No. Through my site over here, I don't have, or through my YouTube channel, I don't have a petition in line with that. So I don't know how. Right. Well, let me see what I can. But I'm live on my channel right now, and as soon as I get off and I can actually play around on the computer, because more likely I'll be cussing my computer just because I'm in the same boat. I'm not too computer savvy, but I got a little bit. No. Like I said, I want to be involved, and as much as I can, I will help. And like I said, you're not in the fight alone anymore. And like I said, I know my YouTube subscribers are hearing me, so I know as soon as we get a live link for it, we'll start getting signatures immediately. So. Mm-hmm. That, or they can send it to their friends too while they're there with us, so not everybody has to show up. Yep. Okay. I'll work on that today for sure. Good. That was good. Damn good idea. Yeah. No worries. No, I'm okay with that. All right. Bye-bye. Awesome. That was really awesome. Good job, Jan. That was really, really good one right there. So I'm gonna have to get with Raj because he's the one who actually created the QR code for my YouTube channel, which is gonna start going on every single label that we put out. It is coming, guys. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. This is gonna really give us a lot of momentum besides the way the channel is growing. So. Yes. Oh yeah, same here, man. I'm Miss Jacob on the channel, bruh. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, y'all were talking about food. Yeah, got home. I was starving bad last night. So. But yeah, no, again, guys, there's a lot of things that are coming down the pipeline. We really need everybody's input for, getting out there and voting for these guys to be removed from office that are not helping us save the city, and all these guys that they're talking about that the water, that we need the water, they need to understand it's not for us. And those that are talking that are saying that it's going to help, it's not going to help us in any way, shape, or form for them to get a desal plant in our area. That is not going to help us. There's no reason for it other than for them to pocket more money and make their accounts grow bigger. And, I'm all for growth, but again, too, not where growth is going to destroy the city, guys. It really, and then, and it's in the narrative, they have requested, to release sludge into the system that they're pulling the water out of. Like, it makes no sense, guys. It really doesn't. And, being a fisherman from this area and learning all the stuff that is going on, it is very important for all of us to step up and do what we can. 5 pounds. That's a 5-pound cannonball right there. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm trying my best to get everything out later today. Jacob's Reel, Uber's, and I believe Toby as well. And who else? Mike. I'm waiting on some line for a couple of the other reels and stuff like that. So that should be going out from Tightline Braid today. He was pretty busy with what he had going on yesterday and stuff like that. So got some more braid coming in for the 130 pound and 150 pound test. So we're gonna rock it. But you know what? I am thinking I need to go run an errand real quick, guys. So I will holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one, and I will keep y'all posted as to when we get the QR codes and the online signature platform set up, so that way y'all can go in and help us out. And remember, guys, we're going to have that deal, for the voter registration. Get out there and vote, guys. We desperately need the help to get these crooks out of office, because if you're not happy with what your bills are looking like, you got to do something about it. And this is the way we got to do it. We got to vote them out. So I will keep y'all posted as soon as I learn more information, but we're going to rock and roll with it. But again, guys, y'all have a good one. I will talk to y'all later.